Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing too? I'm doing too. Let's get on today's video session. Here we go. Just after this. RS Simulation Nintendo GameCube. We're gonna be talking about the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312. So just hold on. It won't take so long now. Oh yeah, that's a rocking soundtrack. Before we talk about this Fujitsu new architecture, it's coming quite incredible today. So how you guys doing today? Cool. Welcome back to my video session today. So how you guys doing today? So today we're going to be talking about the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312. What's this all about? So maybe you didn't know that previously they released the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7311, which was the previous system they released. There have been few changes from that system to this one, which they used a different one in that. Today we are going to be talking about the Intel Alder Lake U. Okay, we're going to be talking about that today. Now the Alder Lake U came first in this new system called Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312. Okay, it's actually true. This is the first system to get the Alder Lake U, which is really interesting. Now, the Intel Alder Lake U, right? Okay, we should say Alder Lake U is the 12th generation. All right, it's the 12th generation. Previous system had the 11th generation, and this one has the 12th generation, which is from the Intel Core processors. Okay, I do want to say one thing about this, because if we have moved to the 12th generation, it will give you better performance. All right, definitely you're gonna get that out of this thing. Better performance. Okay, I know I can't clarify the performance from this system to the previous one, but it's far better than the previous system. I'll tell you that straight. It's far superior to that. We will be talking about the comparisons in this in a separate video about that. That will be more interesting, because this is just about the Alder Lake U, okay? And I'm not going to be talking anything else in this video, really, okay? Now, the 12th generation, right, was released on 27th October 2021. Yeah, it was kind of announced at that time. Then afterwards, it must have been released and all that, yeah? Which was quite interesting, because they already had it in that time. And that's why it started. Then after that, Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312 was the first system to get the Alder Lake U, which is quite interesting. I've also heard that uh, I think yeah, because obviously Fujitsu Stylistic Q7311 was based on Windows 10, wasn't it? And this is more interesting because the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312 was the first system to have Windows 11 as well. Pretty amazing. I mean, in terms of mobile devices, it was the first system to have that. Right. So this is based on, as the previous one and this new one, uh, Intel Xe graphics. Yeah. Now the memory support is LPDDR4X. Okay, let me get this speed right here with it. Yeah, it's an LPDDR4X, which is a mobile version, which is 4266 MHz. I can translate that in another way as well. 4266 MHz as well. Okay, the same way of saying it anyway. That's what the memory support is. Okay, that's the speed uh, of the memory RAM it's using, which is very, very fast indeed. Yeah, they're pretty fast ones in there. They've upgraded all that. Now, for just the launches, yeah, obviously in this device, the Alder Lake U's, yeah, you gotta understand the Alder Lake U comes in two different versions. One is the 9 watts, okay, and then a 15 watts one as well. Yeah, there's two of them, 9 watts and 10 watts. Sorry, 15 watts. Let's repeat that again. 9 watts and 15 watts. Okay. Now, the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312 is a 15 watts device. Okay. This one uses 15 watts. I was a bit worried about this that the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312 wasn't the 9 watts one. That would have been a bit disappointing. I mean, if they went for that one. But we are in good. We are in good in this device. It's the 15 watts one. Okay. In this model, 10 cores. Okay. Okay, 10 cores. Okay. The model is Intel i7 12665U. That's the CPU model, okay? Now, in top of that, because obviously the CPU model is different to the previous one, it's far better one than that one. Anyway, it's far, far better than that one. It even gives you a large RAM, okay? Uh, which is 32 GB. So you have a choice of a minimum RAM size of 8 GB, 16 GB, and the maximum will be 32 GB, which is pretty large to me. Yeah, it's very, very big indeed. Yeah, very good. Okay, which is a LPDDR4X 4266 MZ, which I already told you anyway. Okay, and it uses PCI Express SSDs. So what kind of size SSDs is Fujitsu actually telling us? I mean, in terms of their website, the minimum size is 256 SSD. Next one is 512 SSD. Sorry, 512 GB SSD. And the largest one it's talking about is 1 TB SSD. I don't know, cause 1 TB it sounds large, but I don't think it sounds large enough if we were uh, installing uh, PC games and video files. Yeah, larger ones. I can finish quick with the 1 TB, SSD. It could. Now it's talking about minimum of 256 GB. I mean, these companies always are giving you like small SSDs, aren't they? I mean, the minimum shouldn't be at least uh, around about 1 TB to me. Yeah, it should have been something like that. Like around about 512. It should have been something like that. And it should have supported at least 4 TB. It would have been even better if you could have supported 8 TB. if they could have done that. Maybe the technology of SSD hasn't gone that far. They have released these SSDs, but in terms of these devices, they're not very highly compatible to the larger SSDs, are they? Okay. Also, it has a modem for 4G. Excellent stuff. The final information I want to give you, which will be interesting to you guys, just after this. Oh yeah, final information. It's pretty interesting. This final information is. I don't want to confuse you too much, giving information about this Alder Lake U. So it's just a bit of information on this video. Cool. Now, the final information I want to give you, yeah, is on the Intel 12th generation U series 9 watts one. Okay, are you ready for this? So the CPU is Intel Core i7-1265U. Okay, it's 10 cores. So it's from this one will go from 9 watts to 29 watts. Yeah, that's what this one will go to. It might not sound a lot, but this this one, to be honest, but the Fujitsu model does. It's not on the 9 watts. All right, no, it's not on this. They only released it on the next one. It's this one, which is the Intel 12th generation U series 15 watts. You will get this one from the Fujitsu device. Okay, so let's read on. It's not much more than to see. Okay, this is Intel Core i7-1265U, 10 cores. Now this one starts already 15 watts. Okay, and it will go up to 55 watts. Yeah, a huge leap. A huge leap. So there you have it. From the Alder Lake U. Now the Alder Lake U gives you a much bigger performance than the previous architecture they had from the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7311. Now you don't need to bother with that anymore. because that's gone, because that CPU model was different. This one's different. That was 11th generation. This is 12th generation. The 12th generation gives you far better performance, and everything that you will run underneath it will be very, very fast indeed. It's the fastest thing ever. Now, the thing about this was just like Q7312. Okay, you got Alder Lake U, who's giving you really fast performances. Even uh, the stability, the performance, the benchmarks are crazy on this. Yeah, they're really, really good. Okay, everything is quite different. There's not much to say about the Alder Lake U, because if I keep continuing on this, it's gonna start confusing you about it, because you just need to know about the, you know, uh, just the watts and the speed. That's what's just important about this thing is. That's all you need to know. You don't need to go too much technical into this, but you just need to know the basics. And the basics are these. Knowing these basics will give you an idea what to expect from it. Okay? Unless we show you something on the benchmark scene, yeah? Which you've probably already seen anyway. Now, so this is the Intel 12th generation Alder Lake U. Alder Lake U are better than the AMD Ryzen's, you know. I think you probably heard of AMD Ryzen 7 or something. Sometimes what happens, in some sides, the Alder Lake U is better, and some side of the AMD Ryzen 7 is better. Yeah, I don't think there's no point doing comparisons like of the Lake U or the Ryzen 7. There's no point doing stuff like that. I think websites who do things like that, they're confusing the people who are reading information. You don't need to do all that, because there's different sides to things that you're looking for. I'll tell you something. The When you're doing your work, business, even from the gaming side, the Alder Lake use a pretty good one. It's pretty good. It's pretty good at all of these aspects of it. It's excellent what it does. Now, with installing a lot of stuff that Fujitsu has done with Stylistic Q7312, it's making the device run really fast and quick and well done, and the low power assumptions, all that. It's doing all these kind of things, yeah? Because one thing, when you got the tablet mode, you're getting a really high performance, a tablet which runs Windows 11 programs, Windows 11 PC programs. You got Wacom technology for graphic artists. You get that out of it. And when you touch a keyboard, you can do all of your, you know, using a keyboard like a professional laptop, you could do all your typing on there. Yeah. And you can use a lot of programs on that, like a professional laptop. And using port replicators like the Thunderbolt 4, you'll get really clean and tidy, high performance out of the whole of this port replicator. Yeah, it's really stunning, and it makes it giving you performance like a desktop PC. Okay, and the final part, which is about uh, the Alder Lake U giving you high performance under the Intel Xe graphics, the GPU Intel Xe graphics. The gaming connecting to your television is pretty good on this thing. It's gonna be really, really good. You should be able to run 1080p HD on screen, and there will be some games you should be able to run on 4K Ultra HD on TV, monitors and TVs. Yeah, you should be able to do that with this thing. So Alder Lake U, it is a, I would say, it is a kind of like a huge leap to the previous one. Even when we compare it to the Ryzen 7, that's what a lot of people and websites will do. I've seen quite different sides to the things. The Elder Lake U is performing better than the Ryzen 7. Okay, it can be Ryzen 7 5000s, Ryzen 7 5900, Ryzen 7 6800U. You've probably heard of that one as well. It doesn't matter which Ryzen 7 is. Don't get too much into that. It doesn't matter what performances that Ryzen 7 is giving you. When even they have 6800U, it won't matter because end of the day, the Alder Lake U has pretty strong graphics performance. It does. Sometimes you think it does good, but you have to test different games out to see how they perform. Because when I did some loads of different gaming tests, how graphic performance, the Alder Lake U looks better. Quite a lot of them are performing far better when you're using them on different resolutions. And the Ryzen 7, hold on, 5000, 1500, 1600U, 6800U, they tend to you know, be a little bit worse on some of different resolutions. He actually does that. Don't believe everything what these companies are saying and stuff like that. You want to get a better device than Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312. Is the ultimate device that they use it like a tablet, laptop, desktop PC, and gaming. Yeah, it does everything, man. You're gonna get to do everything from this device. You gotta think that as well. It's not only just about graphics performance and just about Alder Lake U. You will be able to do everything on this thing, yeah. So it's quite interesting what the Alder Lake U does for this system. It might not sound a lot of information I'm not giving you, but this is the most important thing that you need to know about Alder Lake U. You don't need to know anything else, okay? Don't get too much into Alder Lake U information. This is all you need to know. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, it's pretty good. Okay? It's pretty good. So do go for it. It's a very good one. I mean, if you're looking for a device that does everything for work, business, and gaming, you know what? Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312 is the ultimate device for high performance. It's the way Fujitsu made it because Fujitsu used their displays, keyboards, RAMs, and SSD. That's all Fujitsu stuff in there. They use their stuff to give you the ultimate performance. That's why they use their own stuff like that. Okay? So there you have it. I hope you guys liked and I've given you depth knowledge on the Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312, Fujitsu Stylistic Q7312, which does everything, and having Alder Lake U under this device is the ultimate high performance. So there you have it. Give a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.